and then it would be worship from, I don't know, Kampala, and then it would be like our after event in Sinru, that kind of thing, leading up to a whole technical event, but in different locations to show our diversity.
Okay, I like that. That's good.
Cool.
Not sure how you'd film that. Sounds very expensive. But you could get footage from other people.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
and then what would you have? Would it just be that? I mean, that's quite powerful. Or would you have interviews?
I touched on a little bit in my grid piece, not in this, I don't know why, about having like a voiceover, maybe, potentially. I really liked the Facebook voiceover, the way that was done, of the different people talking. So potentially having like different people from the different campuses explaining why they joined Freedom Church, or where they get their inspiration from to love Jesus, something based on those lines.
You see, just in those last 2 minutes, I've got more about what the video is than the last 15 minutes of you talking. I think the things that you showed, you didn't need to show that X-Men one. If you showed that to a client, they go, "Great, you're going to make me something like that. Fantastic." I mean, that's like a $500,000 advert. Brilliant. You're not going to be able to deliver. Are you going to be able to deliver anything close to that? No, so don't show it. The Facebook one, I thought that was great, because that was inspiring. That was all of those brand things that you talked about, inspiration. Your start was fantastic, okay? But you didn't tell us what the video is. You needed to walk us through, you need to get us inspired. If me and George were sitting here with £1,000, what are we paying our £1,000 for? Yeah. I wouldn't have a clue, just that you've got ideas of what it... And showing the Marvel thing, how would you do that then? How would you make a Marvel video?
I would definitely... I wrote a little bit, like, that. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention what I've written about in my assessment before, but I wrote about how potentially using like After Effects and purchasing that software.
Do you know how to do that?
Well, no, it would be something that...
So once again, you promised something that there's no way you could deliver.
Yeah.
Because like in my head now, I'm going to see like the lion growling at us, and then it's zooming into it, and or maybe but what you could have done, something quite simple, is put something together. Is maybe have lots and lots of images like together. Those are the churches doing something, zooming out into the lion. That's quite easy to do.
Yeah, sure.
But showing Marvel and X-Men is putting yourself onto the people that have got 250 million to play with, when you've just got. You haven't got 200, I don't know, you've got 250 million.
I don't know, it'd be great if you... Yeah.
But do you see what I mean? You just, unless you go in looking at it and saying, I like this bit of it that I'm thinking of using, which is when you started saying, I've got these, I like the idea of them bringing two ideas together, which was fantastic. Yeah. But then you didn't say how you were going to bring two ideas together. So really, that was a waste of our time. Yeah. It didn't, if you'd not shown that, that wouldn't have added or taken away from the pitch in any. Do you know what I mean? In any way possible. I don't know if you agree, George.
Do you mean it was the character? What's his name?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. I think he was advertising Quicksilver, using Quicksilver, and he was advertising Sky. You mean like that? Yeah. So you could utilise something for Freedom Church. It would be a cool idea. Something like culturally relevant. Yeah. And then advertise freedom. That would be cool. Which is fine, but you didn't say that. You just said it's got two ideas, and then didn't say how that applies to a Freedom Church video. For me. Anything else, George, you want to add? How long would it be? How long are you thinking? Yeah.
Well, for the whole idea that it would be for different platforms, is that there would be like a cut for Instagram, there would be a cut for Facebook, and there would be like a longer cut for Vimeo. So there would be like a short one, obviously Instagram.
So how long are those?
So 15 seconds for the first one, which it would be like, my idea for that was literally just to show like set images of the different locations, of just like a wide band audience, and just the different sections, basically in the longer version, but without the voiceover and without like the major detail, that kind of thing. I mean, I like that idea. That's very concurrent and that kind of thing. But what would be the images? Well, mainly the people, like I said. With text over the top and inspirational music. Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Basically, yeah, exactly that. Okay. And those sorts of vitals, and I think it just wasn't clear for me. I don't know for yourself. I wasn't sure of the actual the idea of how this pitch should have looked, as in you actually want to know exactly what the video is going to be at the end of it.
Cool.
It's a very hard skill to have. To be able to come out of it and go, we know, because the problem with film is it's not a set product. It's not like me go and buy that bottle, have a look. It's a good bottle, it holds stuff, doesn't leak, that kind of thing. A film is an intangible product, can't be looked at. So you need to build the picture of that mind into the people that you're talking to. Showing videos, fantastic. Using different mediums, great. Music, that kind of thing. But for me, that was a little misleading.
Yeah, sure.
Because you couldn't achieve the things that you showed. Apart from the Facebook one was great. And instead, what I really liked was the talking heads of the people talking, and then the using their voices as a voiceover, the staff to say about inspirational messages. So what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get footage from every single. Do you have a set session that you do every week here at the church?